vision of his fellow warrior and lost love, the traitorous Michelle, in the subconscious of a seemingly random target on a routine mission has left Maru shaken. His already tenuous grip on duty and reality are beginning to slip. MINDRAKER. Background Anger. Episode 2. The Field Unmaking.
The dictum of gods, take the keys back. Man is an unkind experiment. The hills are alive with fire, the temperature is in shock. Deadly pace, nature drowns the bass. And they're out there, invasion in full force, shadows in the minds of people, transparent people from another realm, swarming flies on the subconscious excrement of creation. A vile murder rite from worlds unseen, letter from another lover in a dream. Lucid madness, the weight of the jasmine flower, the thought that greets the day, a box in the closet, a thought in the field, a bubble trapped beneath the waves. Don't think about the box mantra, rubber stamp remix, cognitive density, meaning with no meaning, red marker on coal. A story is still a story. It has to make sense at some point. The pies have to get made, the divining rod of purpose, the turning of the wheel. On my way to work, I think I see a blue-skinned man standing at a crowded intersection. The blue man makes me think of the box, the awful weight of the box. Don't think about blue skin, and whatever you do, don't think about the box. A vengeful distance, safe harbor out of sight. Pity for the hopeful, refugees in the light. Relentless emotion wells up in one eye as I search for signs of betrayal in her empty stare. Michelle, my Michelle. How many times have I asked myself the question, why? Why? Then the word escapes my lips. Why? A traitorous tear makes a break down my cheek for the floor. Then it comes. The impossible sign. Amnesia existence, life's regret. Prisoners of time suffering the quiet laughter of fate. A fool of the mind, betrayed by consequence. Riddled, fucked, nickeled and dimed. A single tear runs down Michelle's cheek. Siamese twins. Accomplice to the crime, limbic connection. A thought out of rhyme.
Excuse me, sir. Visiting hours are over.
Nurse, do you see it? Something's happening. A tear. She's crying. Can that be a sign? Should you call a doctor?
Yes, it's common. Irritation or inflammation in the eye can cause tears even in her state. The body's still at work.
I see.
Sorry, sir. Visiting hours?
Of course. I understand. On my way back to my car, I get a text. New target, new mission. The night work. We meet in the same Starbucks. Manila envelope on the table.
Tough case, this one. The invader is driving.
What's he done?
Not sure. What have any of us done?
There was something in there last night. Something strange.
Rattling around in other people's subconscious, I'd think you'd seen a lot of strange things.
Not like this. I think of Michelle's face. My Michelle and the other Michelle's mind. I do see a lot of strange shit.
Well, you brought it up, so clearly you want to tell me. Stop being dramatic and spit it out.
Michelle. I saw Michelle. My Michelle, not the target.
Sloppy. You're getting sloppy. How's your head? Have you got your shit together?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the thing with Michelle, what happened?
What happened is what happens. It's the risk we take. This is war.
I know.
Jesus, you're psychic bleeding all over the target. You're going with your head in the wrong place, and it's going to lead to... You're going to end up like her, brain dead and soulless, lost in some other realm. Their realm. Prisoner of war. Beyond our reach.
I know, I'm fine. You can count on me. I just mentioned it because it seemed like something else. But I'm sure you're right. It's just me. I'll meditate, get myself centered. Don't worry.
See that you do, but I'm still going to have to write a report. You understand?
Sure. Do what you have to. The spotter places a manila envelope on the table and departs with an unsympathetic good luck. I drink my coffee slowly, fingers tracing the edge of the envelope. Attention, comprehension, adherence to form. Then the weight of apprehension, a sodomistic parlance, atmospheric presence. A mood sets in. My eyes meet hers across the room. Michelle, the other Michelle. African-American female, age 33. Expression bathed in recognition, guilty verdict in her gaze. The woman in the stars, the dragon's deceiver, terror in a mystery box. I turn my eyes away. A shadow is nothing more than the absence of light, a space between closing your eyes and dreaming, material and eternal. I take the manila envelope and walk out. I can feel Michelle's eyes follow. I recognize the figure standing near my car. Seminal angst of the tax collector dues, spiritual audit in the red, bleak recollection of the man in blue. The subtle indignity of the soldier's mouth, broken murder bone, inverted tear. I step up to the driver's side door. I haven't made a decision yet. You keep asking isn't going to make it any faster. White teeth spread between blue lips, familiar smile hiding in the shadow of a black hoodie.
No, I'm not here for that. This is simply a wellness check.
Christ, that was fast.
She's concerned about your mental well-being.
Everything's fine.
Can I ride?
Do I really have a choice?
So, Morrow, this image of Michelle you told the spotter about, what does it mean?
What do you mean, what does it mean? Is that sarcasm? You know as well as I what it means.
Perhaps it does, but I would like to hear what you truly think it means. If you told the spotter, then you must have had a reason to believe there was something more than your own psychic impression bleeding into the consciousness of the target.
Look, I guess at the time I was thinking, hoping, it might be some kind of call for help, a distress signal, that maybe she's out there somewhere, calling out. But I see that it's just my own wishful thinking.
I've looked, Morrow. Searched and searched and found nothing.
I know.
There was an infiltration.
I know, you don't have to go over it again.
I don't want to see the same happen with you.
Just tell me, did she do it because of the invader, or was it already happening? Is it why she was vulnerable?
Impossible for me to say. You have as much information as I do. But I know the answer that you seek, so I am going to say yes.
That's not comforting.
Existence offers little comfort, Morrow. It is but a fleeting desire.
We drive in silence. Then my blue passenger takes a small green shoot from his pocket. It grows, sprouting thick roots on one end. Blue fingers rub the root tips. They ignite, then smolder, shimmering smoke in a slow motion dance.
Would you like some?
No thanks. Blue lips inhale from the root. Hold. Silence. Driving. Exhale. A single point of light in the whole of creation. A pillow haze dizzies the air. Planets spin, galaxy spins, the universe spins. We all spin around the flaming fingertip of God. Second-hand baptism, a grinning nose fire, immortal decoder, time-space hack, subtle properties revealed. I'm a little boy in a wide open field beneath an eclipse-swallowed sky, crescent smile of the invaders laughing. A great and terrifying figure strides over me, sword of galaxies in hand. Shadow men swarm to him, beset by madness and frenzy, smothering his light. Mighty jaws separate and draw in a deep breath, swallowing all of his attackers. A thunderbolt arm hurls the sword of stars into the heart of the black sun. The sun screams and the sky falls. Even God is drowned in its violent despair. Then all is darkness, and still I am witness. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light and that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. Sometimes we tell ourselves stories to make sense of the light. Bend the lighthouse from the shore. The ego sees shadows. The heart wants more. Thunder is the echo of positive and negative meeting to form attachment. Man is the sleepwalker. The greatest enemy of the soul is ego, like one who builds his house on credit until one day the bill comes due. The smoke dissipates and the parking spot at my apartment takes form around me.
Mara, wake up. We're here.
We enter the tiny apartment.
Where do you keep it?
The box. They always ask about the box.
Does it matter?
It is all that matters, Maru. There are forces who would have its power for their own.
But there is no other for whom its terrible power will reveal itself. Not even the supreme ruler, the universe itself. So what's your worry?
Careful, Maru. You're starting to sound like one of us.
Sorry. It's just I've heard this speech so many times, it's become ingrained.
Blue eyes raise the question once more.
In the closet, behind the umbrellas.
My ethereal visitor reveals a small box painted half black and half white. Blue gaze admires longingly before placing it on the kitchen counter.
Do you have to do that?
Maru, how can you hide the greatest honor in the universe under broken umbrellas in a dank closet?
With absolute ease of mind, believe me. Your honor is my burden. I try not to think about it.
But the Lord himself has relinquished his ultimate authority to you. Of all the life in the universe, it is you, Maru. God by proxy.
The power was given to me for the same reason I keep it hidden in that closet. Can we put it back now? It makes me uncomfortable.
Do you not see his divine wisdom? Only an experiencer of the mortal plane, the physical and spiritual struggle of life, is fit to judge all of creation. You are much more than a mere mortal, Maru. Do not so easily dismiss your standing as a mighty spiritual warrior. The Lord knows the answers to all that we seek. If he were to pass his judgment, what would be earned from all this suffering?
We? Even your kind?
Even me. Every being in creation seeks the truth.
Then you can understand why I prefer to keep this celestial burden out of sight.
Yes, Maru. I suppose I can.
The box goes back in the closet. Then he notices the target envelope, slides out the photo of a man, mid-30s, worried look on his face.
Ah, this was one of mine. Old world contradictions.
I raise an open palm and shake my head no.
Sorry, Morrow. I should go before I corrupt your work. Safe hunting.
Blue fingers produce 2 stones and strike one against the other. The spark ignites a blue inferno that engulfs the figure. The blaze flickers and vanishes, a candle blown out on celestial breath. The room is quiet once again. I study the photo on the table. Carl, white male, 45, medium build, goatee, weak chin, twice divorced. My eyes slide from the photo to the closet. The door's been left half open. I step over to shut it, then I think about what I don't want to. I set the box on the table and study it. Immutable purpose, the shepherd's bribe, king's commandment in Osiris's eye. My mind retraces steps rather forgotten. Box in golden palms, blinding light, the burden thorn, survival suicide. The text chime brings me back. Target acquired, REM state engaged. I return the box and move the pilot seat to the middle of the room. Set the timer. More info, an address, map it. Then my thoughts turn, a terrible and dangerous shift. Michelle, my Michelle, the soldier left behind. I have a picture of us together, shitty laser print, inkjet low, faded memory. I open my desk drawer and take it out. A dangerous thought, threatening knife, one I've fought off many times before. I make the decision, the forbidden play. Honor, duty, war, all of it be damned. Tonight I choose the target. I have to find her, I have to know. A mission of the heart, target in the soul. Michelle, my Michelle, the only target that matters. I hold the photo as I take the seat, stare at her ghost smile. I think the address, the hospice where she lies. I close my eyes, think the word, think the target. The word becomes the target and the target the word. The mind becomes the hunter is the mind. Devil's fire, a court of blame, the splitting timber vein of the mind, heaven's suicide. Consciousness burns with Daisy's wrath, flames in the pineal scream. Burning, burning, evermore is burning. Soul in transit, conflagration inverse, broken queen and checkmate scandal. Infinity's guess, drawn and quartered, cries echo across the ether, a game of time and space laughing, the universal smile. Lightning strikes soul to soul, alchemical overdrive. Horus whim, Temenos bribe, crashing down in the closing eye. Hold on to the self, Krishna's grip, touchdown. Mind in target, target in word. Blue fields in the transient sun. Michelle, my Michelle, I'm in. Tasteless air in nowhere space. Horizon to horizon, open fields, a decadent nothing. No target in sight. Thriving gloom of the Cheshire Crescent painted on the land. Humid breeze lapping, demanding quiet. A dirt road splits the grassy fields. A single line drawn through infinity's pose. Split consciousness, death map exposed. I start walking. Eternal steps in the seamless void. 1,000 yards, 1,000 miles, 1,000 years. Time in consciousness, the conscience of time. Blue bud waiting to bloom, sweet sacrifice and destruction. Lamb's blood and the groom. Something arrives in the distance, pacing my steps. Man, woman, target, shadow self. I step off the road in its direction. Position monument, when the numbers arrive. Keyhole to never. Conscription demon, the baker's lie. Laughter shines on heaven's stairs, a killing tone, familiar scare, cat o' nine tails and daffodil lies. The cutting blade inside the lines. And then it hits my ears. Gutter with the realization, rebirth linking, induction zone. A voice, the laughter. Michelle, My Michelle. Her delicate step at a distant pace. My own becomes desperate, gives way to a run.
Michelle!
I call out her name, voice swallowed by the suffocating grip of the blue expanse. Dependent origination, obliteration, church, phantom lies, imperfect perception, the mirage of transgression. Dig me a hole and put me inside. Despite my effort, her unobtainable form remains fixed on the horizon, ever out of reach, then vanishes in a blink of the eye. Dead stop, starving breaths. Hold on, stay clear. The self is a handful of water. Slowly center, one step forward, then the next. Back to the path. Hold on to the way. Near the side of the road, something new. The crescent maw reflecting loose dirt. Esoteric blight on the pristine ocean. Disturbance in the field. Something whispered underneath. Breath drawn back. Fingers smash the soil, scrape out the earth, open up the wound, peel back the surface. Revelation terror. Pay dirt reduction features in the soil. Scrape out the target. Target in earth, the burial mound shadow. Light through a black hole. Michelle. Not my Michelle, but the other one. Former target. African-American female, age 33. Average but attractive. Single, never married. Subconscious coup, condition critical. The shadow in the driver's seat. Self will override. Rogue nation on its feet. Suicide, blaspheme, aversion, terrify. I stand up from the shallow grave and look out on the field. Realization earning. Truth not satisfied. Another defection in the terrain captures my eye. Dull gloom deception. The groom at the reception. Then another and another. Revelation torn asunder. Graves. A field of shallow graves as far as the eye can see. The sacrificial self, Horus murder plot. The one, the target. But who are the many? Psychic killing field. Impossibility were it not. Fabrication destination. Halo rocket shot on the bent back ocean. Blue fugue state.
She's already dead.
The words sting my ears. I spin to find her curled up on one of the graves, coddling the infant soil. Michelle, my Michelle. Here, finally here. A burgeoning sickness dressed up like a Saturday. I run to her and drop, tasting nothing but soil. She's gone. Gone again. Always gone. A mist that burns away in the morning sun.
No!
I jam my fingers into the loose dirt and dig. Rotting desperation, festering dementia. All flavors of madness, epoxy of fear. Features appear at my raging fingertips. Mannequin plastic, familiar yet obscure. A sculpture of dementia, the contour of despair. A face, my own face. A stranger in the ground, lifeless, without color, no fucks left to give. Calculation implausible, the snare of defeat. Subtext retracted, solificatio redacted. Then a beacon appears in the distance. Siren song on the vanishing point. Flashing lights down the solitary line. I watch as a motorcycle cop pulls up to the side of the road, removes his helmet, swings off the bike, siren goes silent. Testosterone pump, an animal gate stalks toward me.
You're trespassing on private property, sir. I'll need to see some ID.
Sorry, officer, I'm on foot. No license.
You don't look familiar to me. You from around here?
Aerial phenomenon, thunderquake in tow. Two figures, one shadow on the land.
Just passing through.
I see the officer's eyes staring at the body in the dirt. His hand reaches for his holster. Wrong place, wrong time, sight out of mind. I raise my hand to the cop's temple, forefinger pointed, thumb up, cowboys and Indian style. My thumb drops. Explosive convulsion, spiritual expulsion, psychic bullet through metaphysical matter. The limp bag officer drops to the dirt. Gray matter spray covers the soil. quiet, the silence of God, non-existence, no self, antithesis, persona on strike. The key turns in the lock, a rumbling in the soil. Shadow men begin to rise up from the shallow graves that surround me. The other self, the phantom form. This is not the target. This is not Michelle. This is a trap. Woken man from the twilight dream. The fish on a hook. Abducted, subtracted, false psyche. Hostage lot. Bedtime story. Goodnight dream. Please don't tell mother. A scream with no end, shiver and doubt. We won't be home tonight. The twisting knot of the hangman's noose. Hundreds of them, thousands. As far as the eye can see, waves roll across a black sea of soldiers. The suffering darkness, suffocating clouds. The stars burnt out. I turn to run, but they are all around me. The air ignites, a phosphorus flare. Gun sounds at hidden depths, a twinning charm. Flames burn away, leaving a familiar blue form.
To me, Mindraker.
Remorse of the benevolent god. 7 birds on a wire. Mystery under the sea. The immortal prize. Juxtaposition of the death posture. A Calvary of none. Blue fingers flip a small charcoal cube into his violent red mouth. Ancient teeth begin to chew. Fire sparks. Fates divide. He opens his hands and a golden seed sprouts forth from each blue-pressed palm, clenches his fists and slams them together, then slides them apart. The thick Hollywood staff grows between them. Rod thrusts forward on a steely step. He swings the staff, its glorious path sucking up the shadow forms, cosmic dust to bills come due. My rescuer's free arm pushes me back. Blue lips spit the moist charcoal lump onto my shirt. Time slows down, mind in a bubble. Eschew the darkness, charcoal ember ignites, blue flames laughing as they swallow my body. Final sight, golden rod shattering, prisoners released, blue form flailing beneath the black heart curtain of the ego horde. Flames burn away, then the chair, the room, no word, no target, grip abandoned. I collapse to the floor, prankster fumes with their hands around my throat. Bail for the ferryman, sacrificial gods, after ego, the dying branch. Prisoner of the big game theory, fished off course. But how? The usual text waits on my phone. How did it go?
Mindraker. Background Anger. Episode 2. Starring Sean Schemmel. Featuring Gregory Abbey, Richard Kingston, Victoria May, Whitton Frank, Brie Piper, and Noel Rodrigo. Sound engineered and mixed by Mark Labib. Mindraker. Background Anger is a Spiralopus audio production. Created, written, and produced by Roy Burdine. Co-produced by Sean Schemmel. Mindraker. Background Anger is copyright 2023 Roy Burdine.